So the next series of moves is going to come with a skating technique that we're going to establish, and we call it the corkscrew. There's a young man named Jason Yee who coined that phrase, the corkscrew, and I love it, so I want to keep supporting that language so that we have a unified idea of what this move is doing. Now, when we're stick handling, a lot of times what we'll do is we'll go into what I call a wide leg stance, where the wide leg stance is as you're coming in, you're getting ready to do a move, you're in this position where your skate blades, if you look at the angle of my skate blades, they're really quite bent over to create a good bite into the ice. So if I need to fake, if I need to make a turn of some kind, I've got a deep angle so I can cut and make fakes where I can throw my body weight one way and then be able to turn my body the other way. When you want to have your skates in an angled, not where your ankle is collapsing, you still have a strong, shin to skate unified line, but your blades are definitely biting into the ice. So the wide leg stance, this is, right now, this is shoulder width apart. If you see my skate blades, they're almost straight up. So we've got not a lot of bite at all because we're sliding on both edges. The wide leg stance is double your shoulder width. So that's single, that's 1.5. That's kind of where we need to be. So we're in this position of wide leg stance where it's very grippy, okay? Now the other thing that's going on is that I'm taking my shin and I'm collapsing into my tongue. So what that does is it allows for extensions and pushes. So when we start like this, we're getting a compression in here. There's like a kind of spring action that's going on with your skate. And then it allows your center of mass to move forward and back within this kind of coiled up leg. When your leg is straight, you can't get any extension. You'll end up kind of waddling to move, which works, as opposed to being collapsed into that tongue, so that now when we need to move, we can kind of push our legs out to get motion. The corkscrew is a great transitional skating technique for when you come out of a crossover, right? You're coming out of a crossover, you're approaching somebody, then you're gonna do a move to try and deke your opponent. The thing about a wide leg stance is, right now, if you're just going in it, like right now, I'm currently slowing down because there's no push going on. What the corkscrew does is it keeps momentum. You can add momentum depending on how good you are at this. But what's happening is you are pushing your legs out in a C-cut manner. So we're collapsed in there, and then I can kick my leg out. The way we're doing this is by putting my weight in my heel so that when I push, without lifting my toes, putting weight more at the back of my skate so I can get a good bite into the ice and momentum. Because I don't want to be leaning forward. I kind of want to be straight up for this. So, there's the puck. So what I'm doing is I'm kicking out, kicking out, kicking out, kicking out. So now I'm moving myself forward. But the whole part of the corkscrew, so that's the lower body, right? Lower body is getting your leg kicking out, leg kicking out, leg kicking out. Your upper body is twisting in a manner to, for the lack of a better word, is corkscrew yourself so that when your upper body rotates, then there's a kick. Your upper body rotates, then there's a kick. So you're using your hips to push yourself out to get more seamless energy out of the push. So it looks like this at a slow speed. So I'm coming out. Okay, and when you're doing it with a puck, you can keep your energy going as you're approaching your opponent. Okay? imagine this, coming down the ice, towards the player, crossing over towards them, corkscrew as it comes, and I'm ready to do a stick handling move at the last moment. So that's where the corkscrew is a transitional skating technique. So you build up your speed with your crossovers, your forward skating, you go into a wide-legged stance, start doing your corkscrew just before you're going to make your move. That keeps your speed up, make your move, and then you're back to crossovers again. So there's a corkscrew.